I'd like to call on Aliko Dangote, who's in the audience here with us. Alaji, thank you so much for being here. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
You've often spoken about the importance of Africa building more of what it consumes, from cement, of course, to food, to vaccines. What do you think is holding us back from scaling African-made solutions faster? And how can business leaders like yourself work more closely with governments, with other entrepreneurs to make this happen?
Thank you very much for the invitation. I think you're right. We can make it happen in business and also in health. We've actually done a lot. Let me start with health. Mm-hmm. In health, through our own partnership with Bill, we've actually, end polio. The polio. And then also we have participated and also did quite a lot in nutrition. So that's, on partnership. But in terms of business, it's true. We have done quite a lot by reversing a lot of things. Nigeria used to be the second largest importer of cement in the world. Mm-hmm. And now we have reversed it. Nigeria now exports cement more than any other African country. We've looked at also challenge in terms of fertilizer, where our farmers were suffering no fertilizer. We built from the zero level to the second largest plant of fertilizer in the world. So Nigeria now, not only we export, we actually export 37% of our fertilizer to the United States of America.
Wow.
Again, in terms of petrochemical, mm-hmm. Nigeria imports about 350,000 polypropylene. Now we have addressed that issue. It's not going to happen again. We'll export, not only that we'll meet the local demand, we'll export 600,000 out of the country to serve all the other African countries. Petroleum, Nigeria, we have now capacity. And, we went on and said, okay, fine. What's the highest, biggest capacity of refinery that has ever been built in the world?
Right.
By Saudi Aramco, which is 430,000 barrels. We said that let us do what has never ever been done before. That is to do 650,000 barrels per day. And we have delivered. This month alone, that's May alone, we have actually exported 400,000 metric tons of PMS, which is right. Petrol. Nigeria used to import 100%, but right now, no more.
Okay.
So when we have done all these successes in business, there's no way we will not be able now to do this in health. Mm-hmm. And what we need to do is to make sure that we stop this health tourism. And we should now get into producing our own drugs. We should now make sure that when you are sick, you don't have to travel abroad. All of us, including myself, if we are sick, we shouldn't now, but we need to do partnership with Bill and other
let's
people.
Hear from Bill about that. Bill, you heard Alaji's call there, a partnership and solutions that are rooted in local realities. How do you react to what Alaji Aliko Dangote has said there?
Well, we've had an amazing partnership with Aliko across almost everything we do. The polio fight, figuring out how to get the primary health care facilities in very good shape. He and I, even in Niger and Chad, we've worked in the surrounding countries as well. So, it's great to have somebody who knows the country. There are things that are global technologies that will contribute, and you've got to tune them to the particular needs. And, it's a constant learning journey. That's partly why it's so much fun for me.
All right. Well, we're coming to the end of our panel discussion, but I have one final question for each of you. Governor, I'll come to you first. We are operating, of course, today in a very complex environment, from shrinking aid to rising local demand. So as we look ahead, what action would you advise, do you believe is critical today, whether from leaders, from the young people, from funders, to not just protect the progress that we've made until today, but also to drive meaningful, sustainable development across Africa? Governor, I'll go to you first. The advice you would give to your fellow governors and to young people in Nigeria today.
Yeah, I think in that regard, I will advise that we be ourselves, look at ourselves in our true color with our conditions and the environment in which we operate. Equally, try to innovate solutions to our problems, because it's possible. We have the capacity with this disclosure from the young men, especially through artificial intelligence and the support of people like Aliko and the rest of our entrepreneurs. We will be able to have solutions to most of our problems. But where necessary, we can invite partners to look at the problems through our own perspectives, so that the solution will be inbuilt with a view to now sustaining it even after succeeding in overcoming those challenges.
All right. Yeah. Bill, to you now. You've helped achieve some great things on the African continent over the last 25 years. What would you do differently in the next 20 years?
Well, the amazing thing about Africa, and every time I show people this slide, is it is a very young continent. The portion of children born in Africa is going up to be over half during this century. The city we're in today will be by far the largest city in the world. So that'll be interesting and keep things vibrant. But, so Africa has this incredible asset of its youth, and that will make it the most interesting continent throughout this century. How much that youth can really drive progress will depend on the investment decisions we make in the next 20 years, in their health and their education. And so if we prioritize that, boy, there's an unbelievable future here.
And we will leave it on that hopeful note. Thank you so very much, gentlemen.